Within paleontology, there are some fossils more fashionable than others. The earliest birds, for example, or the earliest fish, and certainly the earliest mammals, since we humans are arrogantly mammal-centric, and even earliest reptiles. In the past 2 decades or so, it has been that terrible lizard, Tyrannosaurus Rex, that seems to be all the rage among moviegoers and fossil buffs alike. When I was growing up, we only had 2 celebrities. Science Officer Spock, because smart is cool no matter how much one gets beaten up in the boys' locker room, and Godzilla. Godzilla, of course, was, and many Tokyo residents fear still is, an intermediate species with several examples of convergent evolution that, by the way, evolutionary theory says did not happen. Godzilla has 3 raptor-like claws like Compsognathus, external ears like most mammals, and long, conical, undifferentiated teeth like reptiles. While the species is known to also exhale radioactive gases, it is the teeth of Godzilla I wish to discuss in this video. So, what is the most obvious thing we can tell just by looking at the teeth of Godzilla? The answer is, it very clearly ate raw Japanese, and some biologists believe, its favorite prey are taxis. No rational human being would look at Godzilla's teeth and say it lived off cabbages and rutabagas. Many creationists, of course, are not very often rational, so they are liable to say all sorts of silly and absurd things. They are entirely capable of saying Godzilla is a vegetarian. Here is an image of a Tyrannosaurus Rex skull. Nice teeth it has, ain't they? Like Godzilla, they are long and conical and sharp and undifferentiated. That is, they are clearly the teeth of reptiles that eat meat. Some creationists say these teeth were designed by the gods to eat plants. They say this because the myths in the Bible, and specifically the myths in the book of Genesis, say death did not exist when the gods created these animals. Note how the teeth are turned inward in the mouth. This is to prevent struggling, pineapples perhaps, from escaping the jaws after being chased and seized by the terrible Lizard King. If the Bible did not tell these creationists that animals were created before death existed, they too would find the idea that Tyrannosaurus Rex was a vegetarian utterly absurd. If the Bible didn't imply it, they would feel sorry for and laugh at people who say that Tyrannosaurus was a vegetarian. Their Bibles imply it, therefore they believe it, and that is the only reason they believe it. We know the early birds had teeth because the fossil record shows they have teeth, and also we know that they evolved from toothed dinosaurs. Very rarely a modern bird will be born with teeth or teeth nubs, which is an atavistic trait. When it happens, the teeth are always conical like reptiles, never like mammals. This is because birds and mammals have a common reptile ancestor. Birds are not, of course, on the mammalian lineage. If a modern bird produced atavistic mammalian teeth, evolutionary theory would be falsified. It would have a huge, serious problem. As BioGirl52 pointed out, if the gods did create Tyrannosaurus Rex, they created it a meat eater. Since the Genesis accounts in the Bible clearly state that death did not exist after and during the creation of animals, that leaves a terrible problem for creationists who worship the Bible. It means Tyrannosaurus Rex proves that the Bible is wrong. The only other conclusion that creationists can come to is that Tyrannosaurus Rex evolved carnivore teeth. Either way, creationists are fucked. One can believe one's eyes and clearly see that Tyrannosaurus Rex ate meat, not pineapples. Or one can believe the words of ignorant, long-dead, superstitious Bronze Age savages. I must also note that some creationists claim Tyrannosaurus Rex was a scavenger. That is, it was an eater of carcasses it found that were killed by other beasts. The angle of Tyrannosaurus Rex's teeth show it almost certainly ate live prey.